is Tatamika, and this is Business Beyond the Surface. So today we're going to be talking about stationary companies. How can you still be in business during quarantine? So as you all know, everyone's stuck. We're still at home. So I have about 4 or 5 ways that you can still be in business and some tools that you can implement right away. So let's get to it. So right now, brick and mortar stores, stationary companies, we're talking about businesses like restaurants. If you're a product, if you are to have a clothing store, a shoe store, if you are a service, do you have a tax company? Do you have are you an attorney? Stores that are stationary, that has either a storefront or a brick and mortar store where people come to you, you do not go to them. We're talking about stores like that. Most likely everything is shut down. But how can you still be in business? How can you still make money? What can you do right now instead of waving the white flag, right? So I'm going to give you some tips. We are going back to the basics, okay? So tip number 1 is contact your clients, right? If you have a clientele list, I would say start pounding those buttons and contacting your clients. Let them know that you're still up and operating, you're still doing business. Contact them, make sure you're like, hey, I'm still, we're still up in operations. You may not be able to come to my store, but we're still working, we're still doing our thing, and build client relations. So call them. How are you? Are you okay during quarantine? We're still up, stuff like that. So number two is holding your cash, holding your liquid. So the reason why I say that is that we don't know how long this is going to take. It may be 30 days, it may be 60 days, it may be 90 days. You don't know. It may be longer. Okay. If it is longer, you want to be able to hold on to all the assets that you have. You do not want to spend your assets. You do not want to kind of exert yourself and start spending on stuff that you don't know how long we're going to be in this, because right now we're in it about almost 2 months and we don't know how long it's going to be. So I would say hold your cash. Now, if you hold your liquid, how can you still pay bills and stuff like that? Apply for a small business loan. So what you do is, I would say, operate off credit for now and kind of hold your liquid, as much as liquid you can hold on to. That's what you do. Okay. So number 3 is go online. So if you are, for example, a clothing store, the clothing store, you do not have a website, I would say create a website. Create an e-commerce website to where you can start selling your products on your own website. That, along with, you can sell your products on third-party sites as well. That's fine. But you yourself definitely need to have a website. Create a e-commerce website and start pretty much selling your product individually online. So, and if you are, say you're a service, say you're a restaurant, I would say either team up with a delivery service, or you can create a delivery service within your own company and make the food and send the food to your clients. So if you're a restaurant right now, the only restaurants that are open right now is like fast food restaurants and stuff like that. I don't eat fast food, right? So I'm going to the store and I'm making my food because I don't really eat fast food like that. But if you are a restaurant that serves, I guess, better quality food, I would be a customer to order from you, right? So I don't have to sit down and kind of sit down in your restaurant, but I would order the food and take it back home, or I would want your delivery service to deliver it to me, because not necessarily I eat fast food like that, but that's just me. No shade to the people that do. Okay. So I would say go online, get your service and your products online, get it online where they can order online, to where they can purchase your products online. Now, if you provide a service, if you're a tax preparer, if you are an IT company, if you are an attorney, stuff like that, after contacting your clients, I would offer them a service to where you can do it online. You can offer your tax services, that can be done online, whether it's an IT company and, oh, my computer's broken, say I'll put it on the front door and, I'll pick it up and return it to you, spray some Lysol on that computer and call that thing a day. Okay. So number 4 right? I would say create a website. If you don't have a website, create one. That would be number 4. And that's kind of like the same as putting it online. Number 5. So number 5 would be going back to the basics and creating some flyers, mail out style, right? So create flyers and mail it to their house. So this goes back to number 1. For the people who do not have a contact list or who's never created a contact list, I would say as we get up and running, if you don't have a contact list, you should start putting a contact list into fruition as when we get out of quarantine. What does that mean? That means that when people go into your store, you want to have them fill out a card after they make their purchase. Say, hey, is it okay if I get your email? We can email you coupons. That's capturing the client's information. So in times like this, you can call them, you can email them and let them know we're still up and running or whatever promotions you have. But that's just a way to capture your clients, your clientele, so that in times like this, you can still let your clients know that you're still up and running. So if you don't have it already in place, when we're done, you need to put it in place. Okay, we're in quarantine. And I'm gonna tell you, when I wake up in the morning, I get dressed to go to the mailbox now because that is a thing to do, okay? So when I go to the mailbox, I get dressed up because I'm like, dang, I didn't even know the guy like 2 doors down from me even living. I'm like, wow, I didn't even know. So I'm like, wow, everybody at the mailbox and everybody at, I'm like, whoa, I didn't even know my name. He was there for like 5 years. I didn't know. Like if I would have known, I would have went to the mailbox more often instead of making the mailbox like pile up with a whole bunch of mail. So now I'm like, I'm bored. So now I'm like, wow, now I see a lot of people that I didn't know who lives near me. I'm like, woo, I like going to the mail. Sorry, what is there else to do? Okay, so before where people would just throw junk mail away, right now people are looking at their mail. Like even if it's junk mail, they're looking at it and they're like, because even me, I'll look, I'm like, don't want that, don't want that. Don't. That's the thing to do. What else you gonna do but look at your mail and read your mail? Ain't nothing else to do. Okay, so definitely create a flyer. Going back to the basics, flyers always work. Whether we're in quarantine or not, mail out flyers always work. So don't ever underestimate mail out flyers and go straight for online, because mail out flyers always work. Go back to the basics. Along with the flyers, I would also say doing online marketing would help as well. So whether you want to do pay-per-click, whether you want to, promote, your social media platforms, those are great as well. But me, I'm a back to the basics. I'm a pen and paper type of gal, okay? And I like to do flyers. Flyers work for me. I'm in real estate. It always worked for me. So if you have a brick and mortar company, I would say try the flyers. And then just like how I do with everything, like whether it's flyers, whether it's online marketing, have about 3 or 4 different marketing strategies and see which one work. Categorize them and say, okay, I put X amount of marketing dollars here, X amount, and see which one works. Whichever one works, then you attack that one the most. But I would say for now, in the state that we're in right now, flyer marketing is going to be a little bit more effective because, well, not more effective. Let me not say that. Flyer marketing, don't underestimate flyer marketing, okay? Because right now people are checking their mail, and if you're like me, I'm getting dressed up to check my mail because I'm finding out neighbors is like my neighbors that I didn't even know was my neighbors, and we're getting friendly because ain't nothing else to do but check your mail and say hi to the neighbors. Hello. So I would say so those are my top 5. 1 would be contact your clients. 2 would be, cash is key. Hold your cash. Hold them, don't fold them. Okay. Go online, create a website, and also flyer marketing. Going back to the basics right now is very key. If you have a brick and mortar company, try and see if you can get your brick and mortar company online. They can't come to you, so you got to go to them. All right. So this is Tadamika with Business Beyond the Surface. Bye.